Hey everyone, this is Andrew. I wanted to make a short video showing our 125-gallon dirt-planted goldfish tank with its 4 current inhabitants, as well as give a little bit of info on this channel and our future plans. So first we have our very first pair of Ranchus goldfish. They are newly out of quarantine and seem to be adapting well to their new home. Colby, the male, has been periodically pushing around Cheddar, the female, ever since the first day we got them, so we're pretty confident about their genders. I have to say, as someone new to goldfish these last 4 years, it took me quite a while to get used to the lack of a dorsal fin on the Ranchus. I was used to having saltwater pufferfish with very small dorsal fins in the back, but not having any seemed very odd at first. But once I got used to it, I really began to see the appeal and why this trait was so highly prized by Japanese and Chinese breeders. My wife and I have fostered lots of dogs over the years, and the Ranchus and Lionhead really are the food dogs of the goldfish world. I think their puppy dog faces and swimming style are very endearing. Cheddar obviously isn't a perfect example of a Ranchus body type and came a little bit floaty, but since they were a male and female at a reasonable price, we figured they would give us a good start at getting some experience with this breed. Next we have Moby, our red Caparanda, and Ahab, our black Moor. We got these two together from the local PetSmart. These fish, I guess, get the credit for motivating us to start a fish room. I really disliked having a small, bare-bottomed temporary tank in an out-of-the-way room while they were in quarantine for 4 weeks. So we ended up turning part of our computer room into our very first fish room, or at least fish wall. But because we want to have plenty of room to breed and raise Ranchus goldfish, these two will probably need to be rehomed at some point. One thing about goldfish, they do get pretty large, so having enough space will always be a concern. One fish we no longer have is our first Ryukin, Ranger. Ranger and Moby are the parents of our unplanned school of baby fish that are just now starting to show their colors. As you can see, when we moved our Ranchus into the big tank, our big burly Ryukin immediately began pushing around poor Cheddar. After about a day of this, and not wanting to have another batch of hybrid fish, Ranger got moved over to the 40-gallon tank. Then a few days later he got rehomed back to the local fish store we got him from 7 months earlier. We loved having Ranger, but since we are only going to have room for one type of goldfish in the foreseeable future, and we have settled on Ranchus, it just didn't seem viable to keep him. So a little about the plants. All the big rooted plants that you are seeing are called Amazon swords. The 2 giant ones are over 4 years old now. The others are replanted from their babies. We also have some 4-year-old Anubias and a couple types of Java ferns. These were originally tied to driftwood or superglued to rocks, which is a requirement for keeping them with goldfish. The hanging plants are mostly frogbit at this point, and the big snails you see are all nerite snails, which do a great job of keeping the glass clean of algae. So the long-term plan is to find some red and white colored Ranchus, which I guess would technically be called side-viewed Ranchus, to raise and breed in our planted tanks. We still have a lot to learn, but so far it's been a fun experience. So that's it for the update as we head into 2019. Thanks for watching and happy fish keeping.